and make sure we get you guys set up. Hey, it's telling me that I'm alive. All right, good morning, everybody. Let me see if I can dim those lights a little bit. Let's see, option number 1, option number 2. I guess it doesn't matter. All right, summer 310, KNES 310, summer 2024. No. Let's get this back up. Good morning, everybody. This will be the only live stream for the summer. All the other lectures and stuff are going to be posted online. I'm Dr. Campbell. I'm going to be your instructor for this class. The reason we have it set up the way we do is because so many students during the summer are working out of town doing internships. And so this is an option for everybody to take the class that needs it. We do 310 in June and we do 415 in July. And the reason it's hybrid is because all of my lectures are posted. In fact, multiple lectures are posted. So you got to be self-motivated to stay up with the lectures. And then we come to class on Fridays to take exams. So exams are face-to-face and the lectures are virtual. That being said, I'm available for help. If you have questions, if you need clarification, I have on this, we'll go over the syllabus, but if you need me to re-explain something, I am here for that if you need. But all of the lectures are already posted and available. So let's go through the Moodle page just to kind of show you guys how everything lays out. Then we'll go over the syllabus, then I'll open it up for any questions. So on your Moodle, here's Unit 1. So the file is a PDF. I don't make you buy any books. Yay. For a few reasons. One is they're very expensive, and 2, a lot of textbook companies over put stuff in textbooks to sell it to multiple different classes, so you end up using this amount of book. So I just give you the information that you need, and I tell you / warn you that feel free to use any resource you want, but be warned that verbiage can be a little different. And that's really what this class is about. It's a foreign language class. It's meant to make sure that we're all on the same page of what we call different things, so that when we're working with people, we're all on the same page, from them, you, your other allied health coworkers, the doctors. We just need to all be on the same page of what we call things. An analogy you're going to hear several times in the videos is amputate right leg. Well, if the doctor is tired and exhausted and it's emergency, is it the doctor's right or is it the patient's right? And several mistakes have happened where now they put a big X, do not cut this leg. Who's right? So it could be sometimes simple things like confusing rights and lefts. And so I'm going to go into all that stuff again to make sure we're all on the same page. One of the biggest reasons why verbiage is confusing for a lot of us is because kinesiology, or human movement, is an area that we've all practiced our whole lives without an education in it, ever since we were kids. I mean, who were our first coaches? Our parents, our loved ones, and they were there because they loved us and they wanted to help us, but they didn't know human movement. And so we've kind of throughout life, sprain my ankle or flex your muscles. Right? So you just kind of have this verbiage that's just kind of baked in our brains. And this class is where I filter out what is right, especially illusions. Illusions in motion is really what this class is about. Giving you some illusions of motion that I'm going to teach you that from here to there, right? So left hip flexion is the same motion as from here to there. It's the same thing, but it might look different because we're used to seeing things as kind of clockwise or counterclockwise, but our brains kind of make it seem like, well, anytime I see this kind of spin, it must be this, or anytime I see that kind of spin, it must be that. And that's not how the human body works. The human body is pretty cool. We can have the same relative motion whether we move the green top or we move the bottom. In the real world, this cap will always move about the nozzle, right? But in the human body, we can move the bigger part about the smaller part. And sometimes that messes with our minds. I can have shoulder motion that looks like this, but I can also have shoulder motion that looks like that. And it might look different. And that's what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how two things that might look different can be the same thing, or two things that look to be the same thing are actually different. In the lectures you'll hear there's 4 types of motion. 2 of them are super easy. It looks like it's moving and it is. It looks like it's not moving and it's not. Those are like the best. But then you have it looks like it's moving, but it's not. Like if I rotated my head, well, it looks like maybe my neck moved, but my neck didn't move. I just looked to the left because I moved my hips. Stuff like that. Or it looks like it's not moving, but it actually is. If I rotate this way and my head stays looking forward, my eyes were looking at my sternum. Now my eyes are looking at my right shoulder. The only way that's possible is for me to look to the right. So these illusions where it looks like it's not, but it is, or it looks like it is, but it's not. I'm going to teach you those things, and we're going to apply it. We're going to develop it, and hopefully we're going to master it. Okay. So Unit 1, the class is broken down, I think simply. Unit 1 material here. Here are all of the Unit 1 lectures from previous semesters. And then to double down, I actually included lectures from the fall as well. Sometimes you just hear, I use different analogies. I'm an analogy teacher. So I have multiple classes that I've taught the material from. And again, I'm here if you need help or clarification. This is available for you to start looking at. And I also have Unit 2 up for you guys to start looking at it. I did the exact same thing, added extra lectures here for Unit 2, okay? All right, so very clean, very straightforward. This is a knowledge class. It's about teaching you the language of anatomy and functional anatomy, human movement. No projects, no extra bells and whistles. I teach you verbiage, I teach you how to see things, and I test you on those concepts. Okay. Let's go through syllabus. And obviously, anytime if you have questions, just let me know. I don't think that's very viewable. Try this. Yoink. Yay. All right, let's look at this together, shall we? That is me, my undergraduate athletic training. My master's was in exercise science at Southern Miss, which was an emphasis in exercise physiology. And I love that so much that I did my doctorate in biomechanics, because biomechanics, it doesn't change as much. Like, you learn some physics, you apply it to the body. Phys, man, it seemed like that stuff was changing like every month. So I couldn't handle all that change. Office hours, virtual or face-to-face as needed. What that means is that we can do a Zoom if you're out of town. We can FaceTime if you have a question about something, or we can plan to meet in class. And again, the reason I do it as needed is because what if your schedule only allows you to meet in the afternoon? I will be flexible to meet with you when your schedule allows, if you have some questions or if we have to. Okay. So let's see, my office is literally right across the door. So Monday, watch lectures on your own time. Tuesday, watch lectures on your own time. Wednesday. On Thursdays, I will do a non-mandatory live stream, but it's going to be posted to my YouTube channel. So if you can make it, great. But if not, just watch it later. And that is just kind of a chance for everybody to come together and say, hey guys, we're here, we're good. Everybody understand? Everybody on the same page? Any clarifications? That kind of stuff. So I'll offer kind of almost like a review day on Thursday. And then your Friday exam is right here. Support materials, I already showed you on the old Moodler that I'm gonna, that I post the materials that you need, and literally we just follow it. I don't read from it, but we literally, the content, the stuff is gonna be that content, nothing less, nothing more. There is my YouTube channel that has all of our classes and lectures. And what I love, and guys, I was an old school teacher. I guess I still am, but I never recorded lectures, taught on a chalkboard. But one of the positives about having these lectures is that you can rewind. Like you can, I didn't quite understand what he said. Let me just go back 5 seconds and hear it again. Like it really does give you, if you're self-motivated to learn, it really does give you a lot of flexibility. You don't have to sit there and super write every word, so, all right, here's the grading scale. Summer, I actually modified. I give a little bit of extra play. And then this is all I ask is that, like, this class is very doable. I mean, several students make A's, several students make B's, several students make C's. If you stay on top of the information, where I find a lot of students struggle is, I'm already a certified personal trainer. I've been exercising my whole life. I already know this stuff. I work in a clinic. I already know this stuff. And they don't give the illusion stuff or the verbiage stuff its due. And then they come into the test to basically winging it, and they don't do as well as them. And then they're playing catch up, trying to catch up because we got to move. we gotta move. So I think as long as you stay up with the information and you don't try to cram it all in the night before, I think you're going to be fine. Yeah, don't ask for stuff. Put it this way. If it's close, I'll give it to you. If it's close, I'll give it to you. Just don't come ask. Oh, it's so uncomfortable. All right, there is your breakdown of your course. And when I say it's uncomfortable, I'm talking like I got a 20 overall in the class and I need a C. Like those kind of situations are just like, all right, average your own grades. That's what I like about this breakdown. It's super simple. It's not overly complicated. I got an 80, I got a 90, I got a 70, I got an 85. Add them all together, divide by 4. Yay. We try to keep it simple. All right, muscles influence motion through the context of contraction. Isn't that the truth? So that's in essence what we're working towards. My job is to teach you eventually, once we get into Unit 4, how muscles influence our motion specifically through their types of contractions. So before we get into that, we have to really understand human movement, and especially the illusions that we have. And I'm going to teach you clues in the body. One of the biggest things I'm going to teach you is we can't use the room or our environment as a reference. Example, you might have heard abduction is when the arms go out, or abduction is away from the midline. Well, that's all fun and games until you keep abducting and you come back to the midline, or you come back. So there's these kind of supination is making a soup bowl. Yeah, until you're over your head and now the soup bowl is here and I'm actually pronated. There's just so many of these kind of rules or these kind of catch things you've been introduced to that aren't universally true in certain instances. And we don't live in a robot world. We live in the real world. And so I'm going to teach you, don't use the ceiling, the floor, a midline. We can use certain parts of our body as references. We call those local references to us, like chin and sternum, I'm going to teach you, like, if those are lined up, all right, you're an anatomical. If my chin is closer to my right shoulder, I went right transverse. My chin's closer to my left. You can use local references, but what I don't want to do is, if I look to that wall, it's right transverse, because I can look to that wall by just moving my trunk. I can look to that wall by just moving my hips. I can look to that wall a lot of different ways that don't involve moving my neck. Does that make sense? All right. It's all about communication, guys. Just communicate. Great communication, all good. You communicate with me before, we're going to be okay. If you wait until the test starts and then all of a sudden say, I have a vacation, I'm going to be like, you overslept. Right? So just communicate. All good. We'll make it work if you be a good communicator. All right. Any questions? Okay. So to summarize, all of the lectures are online, multiple lectures. My YouTube channel is filled with other resources as well, 4 years of lectures if you really want to. I'm available for questions, clarifications. You said this, but I'm not quite sure I'm getting it. No problem. When can we talk? And if talking doesn't help, when can we FaceTime? And if that doesn't help, when can we meet up? Okay. What I ask is that don't, so that I know that you're following the lectures, all of the questions I want are clarification stuff. What I don't want is someone coming in and say, teach me about unit 2 in the day before the test. I got nothing for you. It's too much. It's too much, too short amount of time. But if it's in unit 2, I'm still not quite understanding this pelvic girdle stuff, and I think it's this, and I heard it. If you let it be known that you've given an effort to understand as much as you can, I can come in and help shape it to where we're on the same page. Okay. I struggle with super open-ended kind of questions because I don't know where to take. I don't know where you're at, so therefore I don't know how to get you where we need to go when it's open-ended. It's like when my wife says, I'm going to the store, you need something? Oh my God, the store's big. There's a lot of stuff. Do you need cereal? Yes. So it's just trying to funnel your questions to close-ended, fine-tuning questions and not just open-ended stuff. Like, I don't understand the shoulder. It's a big ask. Okay. So my job is to try to get exactly, well, what don't we understand specifically so that I know how to get you back on the interstate. Okay. Any questions? Clarifications? All right, we're good? All right, guys, y'all have a good week. We'll see you Friday. Yoink.